it's our lineage or caste we are born in, it's not important for realizing the Supreme. That is the message of that one. Our background is not important, our sadhana is important, our effort is important. That is what it is conveying. And it's a story of Bali Chakravarti. It's in that Prahlada was born in a demon lineage, Prahlada, and for him, Lord incarnated exclusively for him in the form of Narsimha. And Prahlada's son was Virochana, and Virochana's son was Bali. It's Bali, again, Lord incarnated exclusively for Bali for his upliftment. Bali was very arrogant that he had money, arrogant that he had wealth, arrogant that he had power. That Bali was very arrogant, but he was a noble person. That he was known for charity, that giving charity to the needy people, but he was very proud that he can give charity. And Bali was doing a yajna during that time. Vamana, as a dwarf person, he came to him asking for alms. He asked for 3 pieces of land. And Bali, he heartily laughed at him. You are mere a child, you don't know what to ask. You have come to a great king and asking for 3 pieces of land. Ask for a whole village or ask for the whole country. I will give that one. But he said, I am still a brahmachari. I should not ask more than what is required. Give me only 3 pieces of land measured in my pace. And he agreed. Ultimately, he agreed to that one. And Vamana, that small boy, he grew up in size. 1 foot he put it on the ground and another foot on the sky. And he covered in, Vamana became Trivikrama, enveloped everywhere. And Vamana then asked, Trivikrama asked, where should I put the 3rd foot? And Bali said, bless me, put the 3rd leg on my head and enter in me. That it's when the Vamana put the Trivikrama put the 2nd head in the sky, that Brahma thought it's an opportunity for him to serve the Lord. So with the divine water that is from the celestial water, he washed Lord's feet. That the Lord did not release the water, he kept it in the big toenail. And when Shiva requested, Shiva prayed for that one, Lord released that water, and Shiva, as a sacred water, he put it on his head. Shiva also did not release the water, he kept it on his head. Then when in Ramayana it came that they wanted the water to purify the earth, that Bhagirath prayed, at that time Shiva released the water. It came down to earth as Ganga. It was a Mandakini river in the celestial. It came down as a Ganga river or Ganges. Even in India, that Ganga water is highly regarded, and people, it's regarded sipping Ganga water or taking ablution in Ganga water. It is believed that it sanctifies us. And even in India, when a person is dying, they pour Ganga water into the mouth, thinking that it has come from the Lord and this person will reach the Lord. That is the significance. And if you have an opportunity, keep Ganga water at home, that you can get that Ganga water. And it said, wherever Ganga water is there, that place becomes holy. That place becomes a pilgrimage place. It's a Ganga water, unlike other water. Other water, if you keep it in a cup for few days, it gets putrefied, and gem starts growing. Whereas in Ganga water, even if you keep it for years, nothing will happen. There is a special quality is there in Ganga water. And that's Vamana. Vamana pushed put the 3rd head on Bali and pushed him to the Patala Loka, that lowest Loka. And after pushing down, that Vamana himself said, I will be a doorkeeper. And Vamana was made a king of Patala Loka, and Vamana was a guardian of that his palace. And Vamana also said, in the next Kalpa, the present Indra, present Devaraja, when he moves out, that's the post. After that one, he conferred this Bali, is the next Indra post. Is the next Indra post, present Bali will become next Indra. But as a seeker of knowledge, there is an inner meaning for us. That is the story for us, the seekers of yoga. That inner meaning is, when we do a sadhana, we worship, have an altar in front of you, that in a fixed place, and daily do the puja, that you are offering to that altar. Try to build a relationship with that one. Like Vamana, in a small dwarf boy, he came there. We are doing an offering to that altar every day. We are seeing the Supreme in the altar. And as we progress, that small altar, it envelopes everywhere outside. It becomes a Trivikrama, that see the Supreme everywhere outside. As we further progress, try to see the Lord within our heart. That's the third one. Bali said, put your foot on here and enter here. Third stage of the sadhana, try to contemplate the Supreme here. Scripture says our sadhana, how we should do the sadhana. After doing the worship of the altar, you got to visualize the Supreme in your heart. Without visualizing, without doing this visualizing within your heart, your worship is incomplete. You got to worship outside and contemplate within. And when you start seeing the Supreme here, that person becomes a moving temple. That it's not confined there. Wherever that person moves around, he carries the Supreme, and it's carries peace and peace everywhere, spreads the peace, and that person becomes a moving temple. That's the meaning of Vamana Jayanti, meaning of Onam, and it's a inner meaning of how we have to do the sadhana. Thank you very much.